Good evening. We're in Vegas and we've got the HR Tech show here, Unleash 2022. And it's so exciting to be back in person for this fantastic HR Tech event. And I have with me today David Loeser. David is an amazing person, and I think it's such a pleasure meeting you, David.
Thomas, it's terrific seeing you again.
Right.
And thanks for your interest in wanting to spend any time with me. I appreciate it.
So David is the co-founder at FutureSolve, but he's also had an illustrious career as CHRO of Unisys and several other multinational corporations. So David, I think we've got the right setting. There's this HR Tech conference here, and there's so much happening in this world of HR. So what do you think are some of the key challenges that CHROs face today?
Well, that's a great question because I had them certainly when I was in the role. CHROs are tremendously busy. They're burdened with a lot of kind of operational, tactical things.
Yeah.
I think the opportunities are just what you're seeing at this conference, and how we've built a little bit of a relationship is on how to use the future technologies to solve current and future business.
Guys, that's not an exit!
And to
Sir, that is not exit. You gotta walk around.
HR more operationalized and innovative and productive.
Right. Okay. No, absolutely, David. And we're also seeing so much of dramatic changes happening. There's lots of business transformation that's happening in companies. There's so many changes related to people. Now people, a lot of companies say it's about being employees first, and there's a huge amount of automation coming in. In fact, one of the keynote speakers actually said that the amount of automation that's happened during the pandemic has been tremendous. So how do you see the role of the HR organization shifting and changing with all these business transformation and people transformation happening so rapidly?
Well, I liken this change to what kind of occurred in the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
They took farmers from fields and off their tractors, and they brought them into big corridors and desks and had them kind of processing, and they thought it was dehumanizing. So we're going through a bigger change than that. HR certainly has a significant role, and I would say even more important than a significant role, a significant opportunity. Right. The tough part for HR is they're so busy that they can't get outside of themselves or out of their own way. In today's world, it's different than yesteryear, when inside-out thinking was really important. Outside-in thinking is really important.
Right.
And if you don't know what good looks like, anything looks good. And so if you're a practitioner, it's really hard for you to find out what our company's tagline is: one best way. What is the best way to start to automate and become more contemporary and appeal to people that are entering and in the workforce that are more technologically driven?
Yeah. So I think that also brings me to another interesting question, and we spoke about it last night briefly, David, which is really around how organizations are moving non-HR people into HR roles and HR into non-HR roles. So there's a lot of that happening as well. And how do you see that emerging in markets like the U.S. right now?
I think that's going to only increase. I think that you have to be a business person first and a functional expert second. And I think the opportunity for HR people are to learn their way around really operating a P&L. They don't understand it. I think that HR people are going to need to go out and line jobs and then come back into HR, or go into consulting companies and learn how to be thoughtful and strategic and come back into operational HR roles, or some semblance of that. They can't just stay in one area and not grow and develop. It won't work for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And finally, Dave, it was so refreshing to hear about the fact that you're writing a book. And we're so excited about it, and and it'll be great if you can share some nuggets about what exactly is this book all about.
So I'll just give you a little bit of a glimpse. I do have all the chapters. I have data detail. I'm slow on writing, and people have wanted somebody to write it, but I've decided I'd like to write it.
Yeah.
So, and I have, kind of young kids, so I want to be still cool.
Right.
So the book, when I started it out, it was titled The Ropes to Know and the Ropes to Skip, the Rites of Passage. So it's for HR people, but generally it's a great business book on my learnings and learnings of really some great leaders. I have showed my kids that I'm cool enough to change it, so I've changed the title to Hop, Skip, or Jump, How to Navigate Your Career. And my first chapter, which I've written, is The Ropes to Know and the Ropes to Skip, the Rites of Passage in Business. One of the fun chapters I'm going to write about is how to be a bad employee.
Right.
And that might sound a little bit crazy or derogatory, but sometimes I think being a bad employee is actually being a really good employee.
Right.
By disrupting, by looking at things different and taking risks, you can differentiate yourself and make a difference for a company. So, I don't think it's going to be coming to a bookstore soon, but I'm working on it. And thank you for acknowledging it. I'm having some fun with it, reflecting on what I've learned along the way, and I really want the book to help people be successful.
Yeah, thanks so much, and we really look forward to the book, David. And to all our viewers, you should definitely get a copy of the book as soon as it's out, and we'll talk more about it when the book is actually published. But until then, David, thank you so much. It was fantastic
Thomas.
Speaking with you.
And I think I want to put your picture and my name because you're much better looking than me on the book, and it'll probably sell better. So, thanks again. It's fun developing a relationship with you. I've enjoyed it.